Welcome to another exciting episode of the Million Dollar Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy, and we're here with the top 10 Wizard of Oz items. As usual, every Tuesday we have a top 10. We've had some great ones in the past, great ones upcoming. And these are based off of things that have sold on eBay. I did my best to prove that they did sell before I put them up. If there are duplicates, I only put one up. I try not to get too repetitious. So in other words, if 2, 3 of very, very similar things are up, I only put one up and mention the other ones as well. And as usual, stay through to the end. We have some neat little bonuses there. Today we're going to talk about the Wizard of Oz. And this was kind of eye-opening to me. I knew Wizard of Oz was popular. I undersell things for certain with Wizard of Oz. I always pick it up. I always sell it. But after seeing some of the prices people are getting on a few things, I said I definitely sell too cheaply. So this will definitely help me as well. If you sell Wizard of Oz stuff, you may want to check your prices and raise them as well, because it's crazy what some of the things go for. It's, of course, the iconic 1939 movie. And they've got a 1939 premiere signed autograph album page from the Wizard of Oz. And how neat is that there? And the main reason why is, look, it was torn out of a little album right over there. Now, it's got a lot of good signatures on it. Somebody must have gone to the premiere, had a notebook with them or a scrap of paper with them, and had everybody that went by sign it, which is really, really a cool little item right over there. But this is the kind of thing that if you deal in old stuff, you may end up finding something like this. And you may even look at it. Now, luckily, they put at the bottom Wizard of Oz Premiere to describe what it is. But sometimes you're not that lucky. And you'll see something like this with a lot of signatures. Find a couple of them that you can recognize. Do searches on them. And when you find the thing that links everybody together, you say, oh, that's what that is. Went for $1,200, which is really, really cool for just a little scrap of paper that you can find out there potentially. Up next, at number 9. The Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum, signed by Mrs. L. Frank Baum. And if I remember right, it's from the 1940s, I think 1945, something other like that on this book over here, 1943. So she signed it in 1943. It's not even L. Frank Baum, it's the spouse. There was nothing signed by him that I saw for sale, so who knows what that's worth. But to get his spouse to sign for it is $1,500. Now, it does have the jacket, of course, that adds value as well, but that's quite the sale right over there. Number 8, $2,000, Funko Pop, SDCC stands for San Diego Comic Con, 2011 metallic Wizard of Oz set. Wicked Witch and Winged Monkey went for $2,000. I did see the Wicked Witch by itself went for about $900, just to let you know. But if you look on those, they've got the little San Diego Comic Con little emblem here on them as well. So a really, really neat little piece over there. Very, very limited, back from 2011. Coming in at number 7, Judy Garland's signed original 1963 check Wizard of Oz Oscar Award autograph rare. A lot of people like to collect the checks. And the reason why is because the autograph is going to be real, because it's a check. And if they didn't sign it, well, I guess sometimes they might have had an assistant or something like that sign it in a pinch. But generally speaking, you're going to know that the checks are going to be a real signature 99.9 times out of 100. And that's why a lot of people like them. There also are people out there that collect checks as well. So a great little item over here, about $1,500 or thereabouts. Coming in at number 6. This is an interesting item, custom-made replica of the original hourglass, 20 inches high, from the Wizard of Oz movie. If you read down below, the gentleman that sold this, now he sold a couple of them, he actually does have the official Wizard of Oz museum down in Florida, and he's selling some stuff off because the museum is moving into a different location, so he needs some money for the different location. Really, really neat little item right over there. Great craftsmanship. Nice item right there, $2,000. This isn't something that you're going to find when you're sourcing out there by any means whatsoever, but I did want to bring it to you because A, it's on the list, and B, it is a really, really interesting item, and it sounds like he does good work. Number 5, this was really interesting. Rare vintage 16-inch Judy Garland 1939 ideal composition Dorothy doll. I will say it's a nice composition. It does really actually look like her. I thought the key was the red on the slippers. I thought that was awesome. I did see a couple of other people that had them up, and they did not have the red slippers. The interesting thing I found about this was nowhere does it say Judy Garland or Dorothy or Wizard of Oz. It says on the back 1939 Ideal. So you've got to kind of know what that is. And this is one of those instances where somebody might have it out with dolls and I don't know who it is. Well, if it's got the red, then you say, oh yeah, I know what that is. But even if it doesn't, do remember this. This one for $27.50 with 65 bids, which I haven't seen 65 bids on something in a long, long time. The ones that did not have the red slippers, they had different color slippers. I think one had no slippers, went for closer to $1,200 to $1,300. Still a nice little buy should you be able to find it out there. So just memorize that face right over there. That doll, that outfit, know it's worth that kind of money, and maybe you'll find it out somewhere for $50 to $75. Because again, it does not say Wizard of Oz on it anywhere. Number 4, Charles Fazzino, Wizard of Oz, seriograph signed by Charles Fazzino, which is kind of convenient. Went for about $2,900, $3,000, something rather like that. Just a neat little item if you wanted to frame it. Again, not the kind of thing you're going to find out there. If somebody put that kind of money into it, they're not selling it for $50. But nice item, and it was a high seller. Number 3, Louis Vuitton Virgil Abloh Wizard of Oz sweater, size large, super rare, brand new. Went for about $3,000 on this. Now, I know it is a Louis Vuitton, so, there we are. That's one of the reasons why. Who knows what it costs new. But again, I would be, not that this would ever end up at a clothing sale, but I would go to a church sale and this would be sitting on top of the pile and I'd go, oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, they want $5 for sweaters? I'm not buying that. I'm not paying $5. I don't know the first thing about sweaters, and I'd walk right on by it. If you are a clothing person, just kind of know this exists and know how much it's worth. Coming in at number 2, the wonderful Wizard of Oz L. Frank Baum 1900 first edition second state C binding. Went for about $4,000. Great book out over here. There are books out there. I actually own one of them that you can invest in that will tell you all about how to tell the different states of the printings. Bottom line, one thing you're definitely looking for is you're looking for the color prints inside versus the black and white. Those are going to be worth more. Once you start getting up into things like this, though, you're definitely going to want to do a lot of extra research on it because you don't want to throw something up as a first, because this is second state C binding. The hardcore collectors know what it is. This person is an expert in this sort of thing and is able to get that kind of money out of it. They earn their money by knowing about it. If you find old Wizard of Oz, I definitely would put them aside and I'd start doing your research on them. And the number 1 item this week, Wizard of Oz, pinball machine, Jersey Jack, Wizard of Oz, ruby red, 518 plays. Free shipping, so that's going to cost you a pretty penny to get that shipped. For about $10,000 though, I guess they could do it. Though it says $550 shipping, so I guess they must have just given free shipping on it as well. Another item here you're not going to find when you're out there, but just kind of good to know in the back of your head what it's worth. If you need something like this for your man cave, start saving up. Stop playing the game and start saving the money you would have put into the game and buy the game itself. A few bonus items this week. Movie Life Magazine, Judy Garland, $630. Another one went for $900 and some dollars. This looks real familiar. I swear I probably had this before. I probably got 40 or 50 bucks out of it. One of those that a couple of them has sold for a lot of money. This got 30 bids on it. Absolutely, I would never have asked anything close to that for it. I definitely will now. Again, this sold $630 with 30 bids. Another one sold for $900. Great magazine, easy enough to remember. Keep your eyes open for this one out there. They are out there. I know I've owned it before and left a lot of money on the table. Wizard of Oz complete set of 14 Baum books, white cover, 1965. He's still got about $40 a book out of these over here, and they're from 1965. You will see these out there. I've had that one before. I've had that one. I've had a few of them before. I just never thought to save them all up and get $40 each out of them. I will now. But that's the kind of thing you might go to a sale and somebody or other would have that up on the bookshelf for $250 and you wait till the second day and pick it up for $125, or you say, I kind of like it. I don't know if I want to carry it. Would you take $100? And they might take $100 for it. And again, it's $500, $600 set. Always good to know that. Another bonus item this week. I thought this was very, very cool. Absolutely never have seen this before. The Wizard of Oz board game, 1922. Of course, the book was printed in the early 1900s, late 1800s. Very, very cool game over here. It looks to be in fairly nice shape, too. That looks to be a really, really high grade. Parker Brothers, you're probably not going to find them out there in that high a grade. And it's definitely a very, very striking cover. Just a really, really nice piece. I hope you are able to find that out there. Now you kind of have an idea. And that's probably one of the best ones out there as far as condition goes. So lesser ones will be worth a little less, obviously. This I thought was real interesting. 1985 Weekly Reader teaching poster. So this would have gone on the wall of classrooms. Got about $1,000 out of this. It's got the Wizard of Oz and J.R.R. Tolkien, The Hobbit. Talk about, just great things people love to collect there. I see the Mad Hatter on there as well. So that would be Alice in Wonderland also. Just a great, great poster out there. You may find it at some point. Actually, you get into an estate of somebody that was a teacher. They may have this sitting in the estate. Know that it's worth $1,000. Looks like it's folded down as well, which makes shipping very, very easy. And the final fun thing this week, which again, I never would have thought, Judy Garland and the Wizard of Oz 1939 original MGM photo. This would have been, sent out by the studio. $1,000 for this. Absolutely $1,000 for this. Wow, is all I'm going to say. Again, I would have thought $40, $50, maybe $100 on it. Never in a million years would I have thought $1,000 on it. And that's one of the reasons why I like doing these top 10 videos. I'm learning a lot because of them. I'm expanding my knowledge base and hopefully expanding yours as well. Do check out all the other top 10s if you haven't already. We have a lot of other fun categories as well. And we will see you next week with yet another top 10.